So I hope you all enjoyed my previous video. If you have not watched the video, please go ahead and watch. I will leave the link below. So today the topic is all about myths of entrepreneurs. These are the myths which I also believed and followed. I'm not just kidding, guys, because this is how I started, or I believed when I started my journey as an entrepreneur. This is exactly I used to behave. I was following a routine of okay, even if it is difficult for me to wake up early morning, I used to wake up like the video which we saw forcefully. Most of the things I used to follow forcefully. Now, the main thing what we are going to understand in this video is not everything is a bad idea, but at the same time, you shouldn't be processing, or the journey shouldn't be a forceful for you. You should enjoy the process of journey of an entrepreneur, becoming an entrepreneur, or the way how a lifestyle of an entrepreneur should go. So first thing is the your sleep time, like basically what time you sleep, what time you wake up. Now it's not always, or it's not applicable for everyone that no, like most of the people are night owls, like we should be awake till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I did that. I was comfortable working till 1 or 2 max to max, because I was working with most of the international clients, which the timings we had a different time zone. Like I was IST and most of my clients were in EST. So definitely there is a time variation between us. But if you are a person like you are not comfortable, or it feels so difficult for you to wake up in the midnight, don't do it forcefully. Maybe you try it for 1 or 2 days, but doesn't mean that every day it doesn't suit your body, or you're not at all energetic, you're not at all productive. There is no meaning. There is no meaning of doing it forcefully. So just identify which is your best productive and creative time. For me, most of the time it is either in the midnight or in the early morning, but getting up early morning is a challenge. So if you think that no, I should be waking up in the morning and probably I should be able to continue, you can go ahead and do it. But understand which time zone really works for you. Pick up the time which suits for your body, your mind, and your lifestyle, obviously your business and your clients. The number two, I would like to discuss about the food habit. Yes, obviously, like I'm also a foodie. I eat a lot of junk food, especially outside food. But during this period, or maybe staying in a city, or with this lifestyle, it's very difficult to avoid the junk food or outside food. But we can still manage. It doesn't mean that we should completely stop. If someone can really completely quit that, then that's really awesome. But definitely a person, a foodie like me, wouldn't be excited to quit any kind of new, like trying new cuisines, new food, new places and all. So food is one of my main passion, to travel different places to taste different cuisines. So the small changes, probably instead of sugar, adding jaggery, or maybe having 1 or 2 green tea in a day. When you have outside food, like keeping the outside food for one day in a week, probably we can just minimize it to once in a week. Or even if it is unhealthy or a fried fruits, we can try to take it like once in 15 days or once in a month, so that we don't crave for such foods. Otherwise, if you suddenly start quitting all the unhealthy food habits, sugar, anything, it may not last long for a very long time. You can follow it for 1 week, and after that you get tempted and you suddenly jump off from being very healthy foods to again get back to unhealthy food, and your mind cannot accept it immediately. So the myth number 3 is, I assume that entrepreneurs work out a lot. Like, I know it's good to work out for half an hour, 1 hour, but I used to think they work out for 2-3 hours. There are some people who's very much passionate about their building their body or staying in shape. I'm not a fitness freak, and definitely I try to start working out. I always push myself, and I'm not consistent with that. But assuming that people, yes, if you have to be an entrepreneur, that there is some science behind workout. Like, yes, when people work out, the brain gets activated and they can carry the energy entire day. Not for my fitness or health, I used to assume it, or which is true as well. But I used to think that okay, if I need to be a good entrepreneur, like if I have to be successful as an entrepreneur, that I need to do workout for 2 hours, which again need not to be followed by everyone. So we can have any kind of activity for 30 minutes, like just do some physical activity for 30 minutes, which can make us feel active and stay healthy, instead of doing it with hatefully, or instead of pushing ourselves very hard. Myth number 4 would be multitasking. Now, I assume that all the entrepreneurs or a solopreneur starting as a beginner, I need to manage everything on my own because I don't have a team, or maybe I don't work with anyone. So I struggle a lot of working all alone. We always assume that having a team is too expensive, or hiring someone is, as a beginner, we need not to hire someone. I agree partially, but there are certain ways we can actually tackle this issue. We can also delegate to another counterpart, like they are also in a beginning stage but they are good at some other skills. For example, I'm very bad at designing. I might be very good at creating the content, but I'm not good at creating the designing. So I can always delegate to another upcoming entrepreneur or a beginner to delegate this for the lowest price. They would be also happy to help me, and I can also in return provide some sort of a skill, or I can also help them with the content creation. So in that way we can actually share or help each other with a different task. Like we need not to forcefully do by ourselves, and we need not to fill all the our plates with all the tasks. And also we can actually ask our friends, like if someone is really good at a particular task, we can also ask friends. So I used to always take help, especially when it comes to coding. I do have one of my friend who's really good at coding, so he helps me with all type of coding and integration part when it comes to technical. So don't hesitate to take help, ask for help, and also delegate a small task for the lowest price. There are few places where people can get the task done for the lowest price. And the myth number 5 is not taking enough rest. I went totally, or I would say this was my downfall as a beginner. I started working too hard without sleeping, without having a proper food, without taking care of my health, which really impacted me after few months, where I have to literally take rest, which was not in a healthy way to do the work. So then I learned like balancing the work with health, food and sleep is what a real entrepreneur, because we can be successful at any time, we can build our career at any time. But during this pandemic time, if we lose the health is the priority. All of us learned during this 2020 and 2021, health is the number one priority. So never work hard at the risk of your health. So try to balance it. So I would highly suggest you work for 6 to 7 hours or even 5 hours with 100% focus. Keep your phone aside, keep all the distractions, calls, even your entertainment for at least few hours. Let people know, let your friends, family know that you are focusing on something, you're working, so that no one should disturb you during that period. And make sure you give your more than 100% focus towards that task and complete it. If you feel like taking a break, go for a 5-10 minutes break of, like if you want a distraction from the work, you want to go for watch a entertainment, like you want to play game, want to see the social media, take a break, limit yourself to that and get back to the work again without having any sort of distractions like TV, mobile, everything. Keep it aside and start completely focusing on your work. So in that way you need not to work for 10-15 hours, but even if you work for 4 to 5 hours, That's with 100% focus, which is actually equal to 8 hours of production. If you see the average people, like if you see average employee works in a day is only 23% out of 100%. That means even if someone is sitting in front of a system or working in an office, they are only just focusing only 2 to 3 hours in a day. Rather than that, I would suggest focusing for 4 to 5 hours, which is equal to 8 to 10 hours of production, which is really great, so that you are not sacrificing your sleep, food, family time or health just because of your hard working, or just because of your focusing or working only just because of your working for 10 to 15 hours. So balance your 100% focus instead of working hard for more than 10-15 hours. And the myth number 6, which I very lately realized, is not taking enough breaks or not giving the treat to self. If I'm working hard, I make sure once in a week I try to treat myself either with the food or taking a break, going for a vacation, even if it is a small one-day outing, just stepping out of the house and visiting the place which you enjoy. That's very badly required, but this has become a kind of a trend. People say that I work all the 7 days, I don't take holiday, I don't take leaves, I work for all the hours, which is sometimes not good, because you are also letting other people to take advantage of your time and day, so that everybody keep disturbing you at all the time and all the days. You need to limit yourself that when you are available. This also makes you to giving all kind of a work stress and other things, so that you have your own time to spend for your own self. Take the break, so that when you take the break and treat yourself or give the self joy, this helps to come back for the next day with a good motivation and energy to start your work. So make sure once in a week at least you do something to make yourself happy. Make yourself happy other than doing the normal routine work. So these are the points which I gone through. This is not particularly I'm saying for everyone, but definitely this is something which I have been through, and I felt like these are the mistakes which really didn't help me. So it's better to, instead of doing in the other way, now I converted all these habits into this. So I feel this still works for me, and still I'm happy to be an entrepreneur. Not the major level, but yes, as a process of becoming a successful entrepreneur, these are the steps really made me to feel who I am, and the journey, I'm really enjoying this journey now. So let me know whoever can relate this, and let me know if there are any other myths that you also believe that this is something which I did, but probably it's no more needed to work in this way. I would be happy to learn from you guys as well. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. See you.